I'm building that deck, bro. I'm building that deck
The
right now.
Goten?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm gonna play that locals today and see how I feel about it. I did give him two ideas that he didn't have before.
Mm-hmm.
Was in the Z deck, the Gamma,
Mm-hmm.
and then the 5-drop Goku that has the triple attack crit. And he was like,
"Oh yeah."
It's a good.
Oh,
It's a good
because then
other
he would
option.
become a triple attack. What, double
Mhm.
strike crit?
yes, sir.
It is. It's good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was surprised he wasn't running it. I asked him, "You running that?" And he was like, "No. What are you talking about?" Took him a little bit to locate it, but he's running it now.
Depends the situation too, right? Because the other one you can
Yeah.
shut off energy. So
Yep.
that's the
So
thing too.
he said if they're tapped out, it's GG.
Yeah, tapped out you go into the crit one. If they're not tapped out, then you go in, or if they got a bunch of blockers too. Yeah, that SCR is good. It's just it's better in Frieza, right, guys? It's the best SCR for
man,
Golden Frieza.
That's the best.
All
one,
I'm
isn't it?
saying is Goten is guaranteed to have it.
That's
That's
true.
the thing that he has going for him.
Frieza's guaranteed to
Yeah,
untap 2 energy afterwards, so they can go into their unisons.
Only,
Yeah.
only if they play the card.
Yeah, that's only if they're
That's-
allowed to get through people not knowing that you can't play it in non-Earthling or
What are you
non-Saiyan
talking about,
decks.
man? Don't you know you can also evolve TOP freezes over anything?
Of course, that's
Of
So
course.
you just run a 16-card side deck for
That-
any unexpected,
I got a whole white box of cards underneath my feet, and I call that my side deck. That's you see, it's a great way to start the team talk. Well, we're back. Just rebranded for the last time. I'm not going through another one of these fucking changing, starting at Team Talk 1 again and going nuts. I don't care. Game 3, G3, Team Talk, number 1. We're here talking about the regional that just happened. I think all you guys played in it, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I was the only one who didn't, so I'm gonna be able to shut up for most of this, which is great. I'm here for the intro and to make everyone else look better. So what the hell was the regional? What place was hosting it?
what was it? Top cut? Yeah.
Top Cut. Okay, so
Top cut 190 something.
290? I thought it was 177.
Yeah, 177 ended up playing, but it was 192 the cap,
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So
which is wild because it's sold out. And
Yeah.
So 20, almost 20 people just didn't show up. Like what?
I guess not. That's so. How many rounds did you guys end up going?
It was 7.
7 rounds. Okay,
Yeah, I did 5.
5. And you just said fuck it.
Yeah, I dropped after round 5. I think,
Sounds
or
good.
6.
Well, I guess from here we go around. Each one of you tell us what deck you were running and how you're feeling about it. Just a little brief thing, and then we'll go into how you felt about the current meta and what this regional has been feeling. Because I know it's been around the same for the last couple regionals. So hit it up, Josh. You
Josh,
first.
you wanna go?
You're organizing cards, so let's go you first.
Yeah, no, you're good. So I played my my blue trunk, and in testing I do amazing, and it being wake up at 4:30 in the morning, starting at 5, just the deck is too complex to be playing tired, and I was just making mistake after mistake. I was losing basically because I misplayed. They
That's
were
another-
close games either way.
You being in Hawaii, like 4 in the morning, that's ridiculous. Any
Yeah,
of these
4:30
early
in the morning,
ones,
wake up.
do you just wake up at 4:30, or you just like staying awake for the night before?
No,
Okay.
I just wake up at 4:30.
Dedication.
Yep, and it's just being tired is terrible. So I think I'm just gonna play a mindless deck next regional because
Didn't Chris fly to your place?
yeah, and that's the
And
other
he was
thing.
tired too. He fucked
We
up
were
because he was
went out to
tired.
dinner because I had just graduated with my associates, so we went out, ate.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We had went to dinner. We got back here around 10, and then we had sorted some cards and going through stuff. And I didn't go to sleep till like 1 in the morning because I also had my little one here. And yeah, just 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep, not even.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
but it's
tough.
all good. It's my own fault. But yeah, no. I had my matchups written down. Sin, I lost barely. Gogeta was I don't remember right now. Oh, Trunks, Yellow Trunks, which should be easy. Not really. SS4, and then I forgot what my fourth one. Oh, I didn't have a fourth because the person didn't show up.
That's the best kind of match.
Yep.
Take them free wins. All right, hand it
Yeah.
off.
Whoever's that way.
No one on my screen, but I guess beer.
Mine is
Let me.
Yeah, I was gonna say wraps all the way around, but yes, beer. Go to town.
Alright.
Let's hear it. I already know what deck you played. It's no one else does. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. It was fun. I think it was a good meta call. I only ended up going X3, but honestly, so round one I won. I don't remember what the hell I faced. It was some oh, I remember now. It was blue Skillless Gohan. Beat him. And then round two I faced Mashud Khan. He ended up coming top 16, was playing Gamma. I'm like, all right, it's going well. I warped one of his unisons. I'm like, this is great. And then he played a second hit unison, and I'm playing Hatch, and he flipped my leader over, and I can't awaken for 3 turns straight because he only awakens when there's 3 cards under him. And that takes 3 turns.
Ridiculous.
And then I flipped over again, and then he did it again, and I'm like, oh, cool. So I was like maybe like 2 turns. I was on my awakened side, so that was fun.
Jesus.
I mean, he played it extremely well. He played it very patiently. Kudos to him. It was a very fun match. Like, I mean, yeah, facing the game is boring, but we also just laughed at each other the whole time because we're both playing Cancer, so it was good. Round 3, I don't remember what it was. It was something. I ended up winning that one, and then round 4, I think it was round 4. I faced a friend that I met in the previous regional playing Majin Vegeta. I had the game. Honestly, I had the game in the bag. I had the SS4 Gogeta on board already a turn prior. He's already like on his Z leader. He hadn't used the Majin Vegeta's activate battle. Like, we're in a good position. And then I'm like, all right, it's my turn again. I had thwarting SS3 in hand. I'm like, he has one open. Do I do this? I feel like this might be a mistake, but like, I'm really greedy, and I really shouldn't have gone greedy. So I tapped one for thwarting. I swung with for 30, and then he went Realm of Gods and tapped my fucking SS4 thwarting. Otherwise, I would have just been able to kill him with that because he can't do anything about it. He cannot stop that card. So that was 100% on me there. I should have just swung with that first and just proceeded to win. But either way, he still played it really well. But Realm was cute. And then I remember like next round, I remember what the hell I faced, and then I faced an SS4 Goku Vegeta deck GT, and that one was a gentleman that Charles ended up facing the round before mine. And he won the dice roll. He just relied on unisons. I'm like, cool, just whatever, like nothing too special. He ended up winning because SS4 big brain, have 20 cards in hand, and you have a dumbass fucking hate drop that just like it can, that deck can stroke it. Okay,
What do
That's
you
all I'm
hate
saying.
more? What do you hate more, the Gohan Unison and Golden Frieza or SS4?
Trunks Vegeta.
That
Trunks Vegeta
works too. That works too.
But yeah, no. Otherwise, it was a good event. I had fun, but like, yeah, the losses were kind of annoying. Like 2 of the losses, there's nothing I could do. The one loss against Majin Vegeta, that was me being greedy. So like, that's a lesson learned there. But I do generally think you can top with Hatch. Like, it's pretty good against the meta overall. You got to do something with Gamma. That's a tough one, and like, just don't be stupid and greedy.
Fair enough. Well said. Hand her off.
Pass it off to Max.
Oh, yes, sir. I ended up going X3 49th, unfortunately. It is what it is. But real quick, shout out to my boy Jonathan Lanza. Won the whole event. Goes to my locals, really good player. And last month he's been playing, I don't know how he did it, but he played SS4 every day for like 5 hours a day. I'm like, bro, there's no way you're doing this right now. And
Sounds
but
like
whatever.
a death sentence.
Yeah, you're telling me. But it's all good. Put the work in and get rewarded for it. But my round 1, I played against Gotenks. I was playing Cooler Mill. That was a pretty simple matchup, to be honest. Not much to really go over that one. But I ended up playing Jared Lopez round 2, and I lost to him, unfortunately, because he had the 17, and I didn't draw my Jiren card. And I'm like, all right, well, there's nothing I can do about that one, so it is what it is. Then I played against Yellow Sin. It was kind of unexpected, but I'm like, all right, well, this is unfortunate. I'm like, looking, I'm like, your deck's kind of thick, bro. How many cards? He's like 60. I'm like, well, this isn't happening. So I'm like, all right, I'll let this one go.
So yeah, have fun,
Hey,
buddy.
yeah, pretty much. And then I ended up playing against SS4 actually, which I did beat because I got outed the first Vegito Unison, and then I milled the other one, so that was just kind of cruised from there after that. And I played Golden Cooler, and that just nuked his hand, and I'm like, well, I guess we just win here, right? And we also played against, oh dude, what was my other matchup? Trying to remember off the top of my head. I played against Yellow Majin Vegeta, and that one was pretty simple actually. I wasn't expecting that because I haven't really gotten to play a lot against like the newish medics. I haven't been playing that much as recent, but you know, he was drawing a lot of cards, and then at the end he had 11 cards on my turn. So I went 5-drop 20k cooler, played 3 of them, milled him 9 times. Then I arrivaled the 5-drop 25k cooler to on play mill him, pass turn, and then watched him draw a card and lose the game, which was kind of fun to see again. You know, I'm like, well, there's no Senzu being, but we can still do it, so it's cool. And then I also played against a Trunks Envoy of Justice deck, if I recall the name correctly. And that one, I wasn't too sure about that matchup because I wasn't sure about all the cards that went in their deck at the time. And I kind of put him on playing Baby Hatch as his SCR, which was incorrect because on his kill turn, he double Koitsuki'd me. And I'm like, okay. Then he played Fu Dark Banisher. I'm like, all right, it's getting a little worse.
Okay.
And then he played Goku SCR, and I'm like, well, I don't think I can out all this anymore. Like, the first 2 Koits, I was like, sure, but the next 2 cards, I'm like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, so you're
then
taxed on trying to play the card. Then when you play the card, then you're ditching for Jesus.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, well, it's just good job on the win, buddy. That's cool. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. It happens, but it's not a big deal. And then I think my 4th one was also another Gamma deck. So that deck's around a lot. But I think Cool and Mill's a really good choice too. It's just really good against the meta. Everyone's just always perpetually drawing cards, and I'm like, all right, I'll just watch you kill yourself basically as long as you don't have it, and I have I play clean. I have the right answers. But yeah, no, that I will say that last match was sad against Trunks because I was just drawing the incorrect check lands, and I just had 2 blue energy the whole time. I'm like, well, this is pretty terrible, but it happens. But no, I still think it's a really good pick. And even going into the next format, it's probably still solid because I don't see the format changing that much. I would say, and if allegedly all these green decks start popping up, then I'm okay with that. So
I'm down for that.
like, keep it rolling, bro. Like it's all good. But yeah, no, it was fun overall. Yeah,
I think
exactly.
Cooler Mill's a great pick. I mean, I got my invite with it.
Oh,
Fucking
100%.
works.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a fun event. Everybody was pretty cool for the most part, I would say. And hopefully I'll get to keep on doing it. I signed up for July and June as well, and looking forward to see what other people would bring to the events.
Awesome. Nice and clean. Last but not least, let's hear it.
All right. So played Cumber.
I like how you just start. I played Cumber. I love this deck.
Had to adjust myself there, but
Okay.
yeah,
Man,
we did 5 games. Game 1 was against Majin Vegeta. Usually it's a pretty easy matchup for Cumber. However, I got greedy. He was down to 2 life, and I did a good job of keeping his Gokus off the board. So he was, 5 cards in hand throughout the game, somewhere between there. So I think he was at 5 cards in hand. But what I struggled with was I couldn't clear his Sin off the board till like turn 4 or 5. So it slowed down like my 8-drop Cumbers and so on and so forth. So I went all in on a crack in space time. He had 5 cards in hand. Unfortunately, he had the secret rare and was able to out combo that. And during the combo step, he activated his effect to board wipe. So it took out all of my cards that I've given him. So I couldn't unexpected turn his secret rare. So he was able to close the game out on me. So I think for the most part, Sin is what gave me my issues. Not being able to clear that in time, he was just able to protect himself from my dual attacks and double strikes and so on and so forth. Game 2, I believe, was Green Go Tanks. I think he just struggled finding his unisons. So between petrification, stopping his dual attackers, and by the time he did get the unison, I had both black smokes in hand, so I was able to clear his Gogeta unison. The next turn, he played the green Piccolo unison, cleared that out, and then my following turn, I just paid 5 for the golden cooler, and closed the game out with that, I believe. Game 3, I don't recall off the top of my head what game 3 was. I won that one. And then going into game 4 was Gamma.
Sounds like a lot
Gamma,
of gammas. That's what I'm hearing every single one of you.
yeah,
Gamma
there's a
this,
lot of
gamma
Gamma.
that.
Gamma, yeah. And I usually struggle against Gamma. However, this game was really going in my favor. We were close to time. And, Gamma is usually running the 21 SCR now. So it was his turn. We were both at 2 or 3 life, I believe. He swung. I token negated. I figured, we're going into time. If he has the SCR, he's going to win regardless. He's going to heal that 2 life. I'll just token negate, go into my turn. So we do that. We go into my turn. I swing, and he hatches. So that was unexpected. I was like, if he had the SCR, he would have played the SCR for now. So unfortunately, had to pass my turn, and then I think we ended up going into time at that point. I don't think he killed me the next turn, went into my turn, and lost to time. He had more life. So I beat myself token negating when he probably had 3 cards in hand. I was just being greedy. Had probably like 8, 9 cards in hand. So that put me to X2. I only did 5. The last game was Golden Frieza. It was good. It was a very close game. He dropped his golden cooler first on turn 5. I unexpected turned it. I dropped
That's gangster. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so going into my turn 6, I drop mine. He goes down to 5 cards in hand. Swing with golden cooler. He time magics me, and I'm like, oh, well, touche. And I think at this point I'm maybe like between 10 to 12 cards in hand, and I wasn't able to clear his Gohan Unison, unfortunately. So going into his next turn, he started doing the Unison shenanigans, dwindled my hand down, and he was actually able to close the game out. Oh, nope. I lived. So I lived through all of his Unison attacks, so on and so forth. He goes for game with the Frieza, the 5-drop Frieza that can't be removed with skills. So I negate with my Vegeta. He cooler counters, and I thought I might have a chance to combo out of this. So I paid the 1 energy for Super Kamehameha. Cooler doesn't come in because I didn't want to deal with another swing. Anyways, I'm unable to out combo him. So I look at my deck. I'm like, dude, I only have 5 cards left in my deck. How many did you have? He was like, I had 2. If you would have let Cooler come into play, I would have lost. I would have been like, no, because he would have drew the 2 for Cooler coming in. So
damn.
So 2 of my 3 games, I'd probably say I beat myself that I lost.
Hey, sometimes you gotta beat yourself off, whatever works. But
yep.
Nah,
So,
damn,
yeah.
that is unfortunate.
Yep. So it was rough. It was fun though, definitely fun.
Gio, you're here too, eh?
Yes, sir.
You also played.
Yeah. You want me to talk about my matches or?
Let's hear them.
All right. So I played Janimba Mill. I thought it was gonna be like a sleeper. I was trying something different. I wanted to try something rogue because honestly, my usual like thought process with these regional tournaments and stuff, I won't play anything that someone else didn't top 8 on with the last regional. Because in my head, I'm like if they could top 8 with it, As long as I don't misplay, I should be able to top 8 with it. But I love Janimba. God Nimba is what I call him. But anyways. All right, but so round 1, I played Yellow Trunks and Vegeta. That matchup isn't fair, because he for him to play his deck, he has to draw. I don't know if he's gonna tap 3 for his Trunks without doing the draw on EX Evolve. So that was a slaughter. Literally, the guy rage quitted. And then round 2, I thought it was going to be a super easy dub. I played Golden Frieza. The dude was a genius. It literally felt like he did 10 rounds against Janemba before, because he did not make a single misplay. Like he wasn't tapping 1 to play. Like, I think he did it like once, right? Like where he would tap 1 to draw. But for 4 turns, all he did was swing lead pass. And I was like, okay. So, and then of course he didn't want to play anything, because I guess he didn't see his Master Roshi to like take a life or whatever. So he was making sure I had to self-awaken him. So I swing. He gets down. Turn 4, he goes into the Gohan, like the Icarus. Swing. Then he evolves into the Triple Strike Unison. Swing. Awakens, swing, and then he just dropped all the really good yellow stuff, like the 8 drop, because the Majin Buu, remember? Now he's at 4. He plays it for 1. Then he played I think he tapped 3 1, like the turn, like he killed me almost right after turn 4. Because Janemba can't really do anything to just get rid of unisons. I could get rid of a lot of weenies. I can get rid of like really high, tall battle cards. I can't do anything against unisons. Like Majin Buu was always the kryptonite, for Janemba. So yeah, the dude played it perfect. That was round 2. I took my first loss. After that, I pretty much had decided I was going to drop. But I just played it out. So round 3, I played another Yellow Vegeta and Trunks. Same exact thing. Not a fair matchup. Janemba just stops the whole deck. He raged too. And then round 4, what did I play? Oh, Go Tanks. Yeah, no one enjoys playing against Janemba, so like almost every round, the people were like, "You got it." Boom, just hangs up. I'm like, "Oh, okay, good game," So yeah, so I got round 4, and then I think round 5 is when I took my second loss. I played up against Soul Striker, or oh no, it was the Blue Trunks deck. But
Okay.
he played it perfectly. I sideboarded in Jiren, because I know that's like the one card that could stop
17.
Janemba. Exactly. If he drops 17, it's over for me. I can't win with no cards, right? So he played the Unison, but he had ramped or whatever, so he was up 1 energy on me. I was on turn 5 when he was turn 6 going into 7, and he had played the Unison, and it was already at 7 markers. So there was literally nothing I could do to get that thing under 5. So I knew I was dead, because if I tapped like to play something from my Z deck to try and swing at the Unison, like if I tried to tap 5 for the Vegito to like triple strike it down, then I'd have no energy to use the Jiren counterplay, right? So literally I was like in a rock and a hard place. So I pass. Of course he plays 7 drop. I try to counter. He counters. Game. And then I just didn't play after that. So that was all my rounds.
Fair enough. Looks like everyone took a different deck. On that, I know we already went through most of the time here, but let's finish it off with talking about the decks that we saw the most. So by we I mean not me, because I wasn't playing, but we heard Gamma, shit ton of Gamma, Trunks Vegeta. I heard a lot as well too.
Vegeta. I think
Vegeta
Majin
was
Vegeta was
Vegeta.
the most.
I have the numbers here.
That's what it was.
Leader breakdowns, like for the whole tournament itself: 17 Vegetas, 17 Gammas, 15 Red SS4s, 13 Red Sin, 11 Trunks Vegetas, 11 Goldens, 7 Cooler Mill, 7 Expert 21, 6 Cumber, 6 Green Go Tanks, and 5 of the newer 21.
Hmm.
That's the breakdown.
I'm honestly surprised
Cool.
not enough, like only 521s.
However, top 16 is pretty wild. 3 Gammas in top 16, 2 SS4s, obviously first place one. And then we had like Rolly Surge in
That was
third
the cool one,
place.
yeah.
That was
Mhm.
cool.
Yep.
Golden fourth, fifth place Gamma again, sixth place SS4, seventh place Majin Vegeta with Frank Miller. So here the thing with Frank Miller too was actually funny was our boy Frank was playing him for that last round, and Frank lost, but Frank was running on like 22, like he was playing 22 hours straight, like he hadn't slept. And he told me after the match, like he had like two copies of Vegito counterplay in hand, and he could have floodgated Frank Miller's Majin Vegeta, and he would have been able to get it on his next turn. So he was just too fucking tired.
Fatigue set in.
Yep. And then eighth place Gamma, ninth place Scott Dashi with Green KP. I faced him the previous regional. He played the fuck out of that deck. When I faced him, I'm like, yeah, he definitely deserved the top. He plays Green KP very well. Patrilla with Green Goat Tanks at 10th place, 11th place Expert 21, 12th place another Red SS4, 13th place Red Bulma, Gamma 14th place with Mushroom Khan, which I already mentioned earlier. Superhero Gohan 15th place. Chris actually faced this guy round 2, I think, and he's like, yeah, this guy just draw the perfect cards and I had no chance against him. And then Andrew Trinidad with his 16th place Red Sin.
Yeah, it's literally so funny that Gogeta's doing so well because Android 21 honestly stops that deck so much. But I feel like everyone's thinking that everyone's gonna take Android 21, so they're getting ready to like counterplay Android 21. And then what'd you say? 4 Android 21 showed up? Like that's insane.
There was 5 of the new one. There was more of the Expert 21, 7 of them than there was of the new one.
That is so weird. I'm honestly surprised because I thought there'd be more of the new 21.
Yeah.
The 21 is so good, but it's just so counterplayable on turn 2 that it can everyone has something that they have for turn 2 for Android 21. That they're not gonna let them ramp. Yeah. And basically makes them waste 2 energy.
Yeah.
I played against Expert 21 quite a bit, as well as the new Android 21. And I feel like Expert 21 is just better.
I think it is too, to be honest with you.
It is. I was talking to when I faced my shoot, I was talking about it, and he's like, he played Gamma, but he straight up told me, he's like, honestly, I want to play Expert 21 instead, but I don't want to deal with Red, so that's why I'm playing Gamma. He's like, I'd rather play Expert 21 because you can literally just loop the 18 super combo like 12 fucking times. Like
you can awaken at 6th life. You can use extra cards on the front side.
You keep looping the burn.
You draw so much if you get the Zamasu Unison out.
Yeah, the deck's strong.
Expert 21's really good. My buddy Jamal played it, and he got 17th with it, actually. Unfortunate, and we all were like, dang, that sucks, bro. But
one away from glory.
He did, but like the thing is, it's like we were talking about it, and like Expert 21's really, really good when it's firing on all cylinders. But the other problem is, at the end of the day, it's kind of like a combo deck, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to get everything set up. So if you draw all the wrong pieces, you're probably going to lose the game, to be honest with you. That was the problem he ran into. Because he actually played Scott Dashi, and he should have won that game, but he drew horribly, and he said, I can't do anything because I have the wrong cards at the right time. And so I guess that's kind of like a fail rate for the deck, so it is what it is. But again, when it's good, but when it's bad, it's really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
So,
which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. This meta is kind of like weird. And even going to next regional, we're still going to be in this meta. Like, the one in June is still this set. The only difference is we'll have the expert deck. And like obviously, like okay, we get to smoke some Goku Black players because people want to go for nostalgia and play a deck that's mid at best. Good for them.
Don't hurt my feelings.
All right.
I'll hurt your feelings.
Anything
Sorry.
Zamasu related, I have to play.
I mean, I'm probably taking Zamasu set 10 to the regional, but I mean, turn 2 tragedy, why not? But I don't know. But this meta is kind of a shit show, honestly. Like, Gamma is extremely obnoxious to fucking face. 12 floodgates in a row is stupid. Hit Unison is annoying to deal with right now. Like, it's got too many tools. And then, like, you look at, like, Red, and it's like, cool, SS4 and Sin are just a little bit too overtuned compared to the rest. Like, it's hard to keep up. Like, especially when, like, Sin wins a dice roll. Like, what do you genuinely do when they have, like, 4 Z energy and they can literally just play the Gohan on your turn 1? And then like just do all this like you shouldn't be like you're pushing like 8 damage on turn 2. Like,
against the floodgate heavy decks, I would side in. There was a couple times where I would put in like 4 Koitsukais, but then at that point it feels bad, especially playing black when you're not an Overrealm deck. You tap 1 for a Koitsukai.
You're playing a turn behind.
And it's Golden Frieza where they got 2 open energies. Like you're just gonna play Sin. So it's like
Yeah.
there's so many ways to play around Koitsukai and stuff now that
Mhm.
it just tapping out for those with their 12 floodgates just doesn't feel good.
And then the thing too is like yellow right now is honestly a little too overtuned. There's like obviously Golden and Majin Vegeta, they're obviously like two extremely good choices, and they all do good stuff in Trunks Vegeta too. But like realistically, almost every yellow deck has almost the exact same cards, other than like a little bit of a core engine. It's all the
Mhm.
same stuff, right? It's just yellow good cards with a little bit of an engine for each deck, and it's like okay, you have so many like good one of cards. Like it's like okay, you have Power of Super Saiyan, you got Final Flash, you got Realm, you got Repose, you got
Yeah,
Vegito, you got the Goku,
yellow's
you
the
got
color where they have 5
like
secret rares in their deck.
Mhm.
it's
Pretty
like when
much.
you face other decks, right? Like when you face Red Sin, it's like okay, I got to worry about the Double Striker, the Double Strike Gohan, the Z cards, and the Triple Striker, and like maybe Nova or Ice, whatever. Cool. That's like 5, 6 cards you got to worry about, sure, right? When you face Yellow, you legitimately have to think about like 20 fucking cards. When they like tap in energy, like okay, I got to worry about this, this,
Mhm.
this, this. It's like boom, 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 boom.
The
So you have way too
difference
many
being
options.
is you're worrying about, am I going to be able to attack this turn? And
Am I
with
yeah? Am I
Vegito,
allowed to play the game?
yeah, that's with
Yeah.
Vegito now in like everyone facing yellow, you just are swinging board before you're playing anything. So you're like, I want the chance. Like, I want you to force you to play a Mecha Frieza instead. You play your Riposte instead, and then I don't have to worry about Vegito because you wasted that one energy. But yeah, having two of those options now, one that gets triggered from attacks and one gets triggered from plays, it's just like, come on, like just give me something.
Yeah, and a lot of Nimbuses are starting to get
Nimbus, yep.
mainboarded too.
It
So
can't be
I
counterplayed.
was tapping out for Koitsukai, or not tapping out, but I would tap for a Koitsukai. Be like, all right, here I come, Nimbus, and I'm like, damn,
Yep.
couldn't even do my turn efficiently, and then I'm still getting floodgated.
That's why I feel Cooler Mill is a godly pick.
Mhm.
Great pick.
It's a great fucking pick. I took it to one regional. It was fucking beautiful. Fucking shit on all those players. It's too good.
There was a lot of coolers from what you said.
Yeah,
So
there
More,
was.
more than usual, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was like 7 of them.
it's been
Yeah.
working
I mean,
out.
mind you, Max and Alex both from the team played Cooler Mill. So 2 of the 7 were from us.
No, but
Mm.
that's what I'm saying, because in a meta where yellow is prevalent, which
And
every
blue.
that's what I was gonna- every every meta seems like they'll always creep up there and just stall games forever. It's just like, okay, yeah, you want to stall and have your giant hand? Okay, how about that tiny deck you have? Let me just mill like 3 of those cards and you're dead. Like you're doing the rest of it yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how Black Sin made it to top. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw that.
that's true.
I'm just like, there's no way this is real.
Yeah,
But I'm
right.
like, bro,
Like,
this
all right,
is
bro. Like,
standard,
dude.
bro.
And sure enough, I see a Facebook post, someone asking for the extra cards that play the Smoke SER. I was like, oh, here we go. Here comes mill season.
And
Yep.
it begins.
All right, bro.
I could actually build that too.
No. It's an interesting deck. It's just you sleep playing it. That's the problem with it. It's just like I couldn't imagine testing that deck for like, I don't know, 20 games. If you're going before regional, you really want to get into it, you drop dead by the end of it. You're just like, Jesus, please,
Yeah.
just end it.
Yeah.
I don't even care
My
about
buddy
milling.
Jeremy, he took hatch, same thing like Barar. It's not fun. Honestly, I didn't even enjoy playing Janimba because usually I take fast stuff to the tournament. You don't want to sit there going into overtime every single round. It's not fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course
but,
not. You don't
you
go
know.
no time to breathe, and you're just there, just like, okay, on to the next match. I'm here for fucking
My
6 more
lost
rounds.
overtime rules. Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually started cutting some of the token negates out of my deck because most of the time I lose in time, it's because of the token negates. So I'm trying to work on like deck building with minimizing those because with so many floodgates and stuff, by the time blue turn 5 or something, they're dropping big bombs and you got to negate with something. But taking that token negate and then them dropping a 21 SCR is just like you're losing.
I think
Yeah, I just literally use the card. Like you talking about when you activate testing, like I literally just use testing as the token.
What were you saying, Max?
I think the token negates are fine, bro. I think it's just a matter of what deck you're using, because like Humber's obviously not the fastest deck in the world, obviously. So
Yeah.
you probably go into time a lot of the time, and you probably don't
Yeah.
want to take that life at the end. So
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's
Yep,
true.
yep.
And honestly, I think black is still really good, but it's definitely one of the lower tier down there with green. You
I
know,
don't know.
sadly.
Black
Man,
is
I'll
really
take
good.
Gogeta Zeno again, and just hopefully I don't face the one
Uh,
fucking Red Bulma player again.
Yeah, I'll sign up with Vegeta Zeno.
I
I
was
think
gonna,
Yeah,
Black
well,
is good for sure. Like,
Bulma topped again.
yeah, it
of
did.
course,
That
every
was
regional.
weird. Oh my god, I was
God
so
damn.
confused. No, I think Black decks are a good choice still. I mean, for sure. The only problem is I feel like a lot of people don't know how to pilot Black.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because they see it and they're like, "How do I win this game with just swinging?" I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
"Well,
You
yeah,
killed turn 2, that's how.
Yeah.
exactly." And they're just like, "I don't want to think about having to sequence." So I'm like, "No, it's pretty busted." Supreme Kai's I think is still really good.
Oh,
Like a
I
bunch
think
of
that
30
deck is
Ks.
really
Yeah,
that's
Supreme
because that's
Yeah.
more of a traditional black deck opposed to
Exactly.
Cumber, where you're
Yeah.
like just drawing a million cards and overlording stuff, but you don't have a drop area.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
The
that,
last regional I got 24th place with Cumbra. I went X2. Bubbled out of top 16, of course. But
Yeah, I remember
yeah,
I
it's
was there with you. You
definitely.
were close to it.
Real.
Oh yeah. Oh man, also I just needed, who was it? I think Riti.
I
I
think
had
you needed
lost
like
to Riti.
four more. You needed four more people
Yeah.
to have already topped, right? And then you would have got in.
Yeah, if he would have won his last match, that probably would have got me my invite at that point.
Well,
With the
Reese is
match
still top
percentage.
16. That I remember he got 16th place.
Yeah, so I lost to him, and I think he lost his last match, which probably bumped me down to 24th. If he would have won, I probably would have been a little higher.
yeah, you would have been in
Yeah.
range, is what he's saying.
Yeah,
Fair
to get
enough.
Yeah, the people
But
you lose to is so important. They really do affect you dragging up or not. You know.
yeah, my only two losses were Daniel Cisneros. I think he was playing Gamma, and Riti, who was playing Sin, and yeah, Cumber did really good. Yeah, I think it's a really great pick. Some of the things I'm learning is like the promo is busted, but there's a few cards that's like, I don't know, man. Like I didn't run the promo the first time I played Cumber, and I did better without the promo. I think leaving servants on board is probably the better option. Combo power and then unexpected turn is just too good. Once you start getting rid of those, uh, you lose some of the key components of why even play in the deck.
So I got a question, actually. I just had a brainwave right now for Cumber. What if you like ran the blue black Vegeta cards in there just to have access to Bean?
That's one of the that's something that I was
Multicolored.
thinking about. Yeah.
You were thinking about that too?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Because I do
That's
some of the
weird.
spice reward for those watching. Some of the spice I ran in my first list, which I'm gonna go back to, is the Goku Zeno that he's a 1-drop 5K double strike. You give your opponent your trunks, he gains 10K. It's the Goku where every time your opponent draws a card without the leader, they gain 10K.
That's
So,
true. That is good.
Oh yeah.
That's the secret spice that I think made the difference. I cut that out in this last regional, just to try out the Unison package and stuff. But I think there's potentially something there with either going the yellow black
Yellow,
Goku
black.
just for some of the any of the yellow staples that aren't leader locked, or in
Nimbus?
blue for Nimbus. Yeah, but I think the better option, blue, that's probably not the best bet because you got the 6-drop Massayan for 1 energy. That's a beam. For
Yeah, but
black.
you get to untap.
Yeah, so it's for the
Yeah.
untapping energy, right? So then you have your unexpected turn and your super coming out. Like you got
Yeah,
two
that's
things
true.
defensively there, or you can just tap for the Vegeta. But I think that was a pretty good talk. I'd say before we end it, we'll go around one more time. Just say a pick for the next regional, something that you're not playing or you didn't play this time. Just something that for people. Obviously, Gamma. That's one that you're seeing a lot until something happens. But I don't know. Here, you got any one pick, just one deck where you're just like, you know what, like Green KP. I'm glad that Green had a showing in Top Cut. That's awesome.
Like a deck to play?
A deck to play or a deck that surprised you from it, like obviously Broly Surge and all that stuff.
Oh, from this regional, honestly, the
Or-
superhero Gohan kind of surprised me that it made it. But I also get it. Like I have a turn 2 kill list for it, so I understand. He wasn't, and he was running a very 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 tight list. Yeah.
Probably the Black Sin. That threw me off when I saw it in the top. I'm like, okay. I'm like, am I at locals or is this a regional? I was very confused for a minute. I'm like, all right, bro. But no, it was a good pick for the meta, so I respect it. So
Yeah.
either way, that took me off guard for a minute.
That's the
I
thing
know.
too, right? These people are topping because they're just expecting whatever in the meta. Like how you're saying, like people are preparing for Android 21, and then there's 5 of them. Like,
So you probably don't even run into one.
yeah, it's
All
just like
one
what?
of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think Serge Broly's pretty surprising for me. I'd have to see him how you play. I don't know all the cards in there, so I don't know. Was it more of a
List is
hand
good.
control or just
He is basically
alliance?
alliance. So he had
50-50.
So he had the Piccolo Junior, the one that burns, and then
Oh, yeah.
on the higher end was all green stuff. So Faded Rivals, and then that's kind of
Probably
the
that
chain
new
down there.
cooler promo
I
and
don't know if he
stuff.
ran
No,
the
he
new
didn't have
cooler,
Cooler Broly
But
in
you
there.
didn't have any of that.
but it was
Oh,
Faded,
Didn't have
Faded
either one.
Rivals is
You
good
can run
enough.
both.
Faded Rivals
Yeah.
is the best thing Green's got in a while.
Yeah, true.
So slapping that in
Yeah,
there, and then Rick Curry
literally dual
Asparagus.
attack, and then they pitch for each time it swings. We've been play testing it all day today because my buddy Alex, he really likes that deck. So, but I mean, honestly, it doesn't even matter too much for him because we didn't get into the June regional. We just signed up for the July. So, whole new format basically. We're gonna play for the next regional. But yeah, the deck's really good when it pops off. But like, I see why people stopped running that Piccolo card. Because I mean, if you're really expecting blue, Realm of the Gods gets rid of that for free.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah, you basically like if the blue player taps out on their turn one, you just kill him with Piccolo, and if they don't tap out, don't play Piccolo. That's really the logic there.
yeah, and then I literally ramped because I was like, we were just trying to match like a first easy match. I was playing Beerus, and I ramped one. So on his turn 2, he plays out the Goku Faded Rival, and then he because now I'm at 3 energy, right? So he could play it, and then he awakens and plays 2 of the Piccolos. I'm like, oh, I'm dead. 'Cause now I got to pitch 4 cards. I'm like, oh shit.
What, like the Faded Rival Piccolo?
It's
Yeah,
limit 1.
because
It's limit 1.
oh yeah. Well, he played another one the
Oh,
next turn. Is what I'm
okay,
saying, but
okay.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, man. That'd make that card super good. Just like, okay, I have 3 energy left. I have a Goku there. Let's just play 3 of these. You're gonna drop 6. I'm gonna wipe your units with I'm gonna wipe your GT fucking spaceship unison with that much removal. And
What's the problem?
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
so the deck seems good, but I think the reason it really topped is like Barara was telling me, it's really because the dude must have been an amazing pilot and knew his matchups. But like that deck, it's rough to pilot. There's a lot of ways like it could not hit.
So
oh yeah.
Dane was one of the guys who won with SS3 ramp last year. Like one of the 2 guys who won the regionals with SS3 ramp. Like he's a genuinely very, very good player. So it's not surprising that he like came third with that, right? But I think for me personally, like a final note, I would say overall, like especially to the viewers and all that, right? Is like especially when it comes to regionals, right? You do need to play a certain level of like practice and good reps against the whole meta and also against rogue stuff too. But if you're gonna go in with the mindset of playing a rogue deck, I love that shit. I'm always about rogue, but you have to put in time. Like I would say, get at least 50 reps at the bare minimum if you're gonna play a rogue deck in any fucking regional. Otherwise, like if you're gonna play meta, like okay, you can maybe get away with like maybe 20, 25 reps, but if you're playing rogue, you need to face the whole meta like a lot, and you need to put in a good amount of reps in because you're gonna run into so many niche situations no matter what deck you play. It doesn't matter. That's just an advice I'm throwing out there. Like
And really, you got to play
not-
tough against stuff you don't even think you're gonna see because you're
Yeah.
playing rogue, but other people are gonna be sometimes playing rogue too. Like Alex, we didn't play test against that yellow Vegeta because we were like, oh, there's Golden Frieza and there's Vegeta and Trunks. Like we thought those were the better yellows, so we were like, oh, we're not even gonna see that deck, so we didn't even make it. And literally, Alex versed it twice, lost both games. And we're like, oh.
most rep tied with Gamma, 17 each.
Yeah. So it's a very popular pick right now.
And just in general, I think you need to do play testing because, like, obviously you have the same people for the most part, top 32, top 64, top 100 majority of the time, and those are the people that probably have their fundamentals down for the most part and understand how to play the game. But then you got to know those small, like Brian was saying, niche moments or like situations where you're just like, oh, how do I do this to get around this? Because this person knows what they're doing, I know what I'm doing, and I just got to be ready for this specific matchup or whatever might
Yeah.
come or what people are playing.
Yeah, because knowing your matchups is so important. Because you got to know what their ideal turn is every turn. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna try and drop whatever, you got to play against the deck to know what their best option is. So
Yeah. No,
that way
it's
you're
true.
not shocked.
It's true, because, like, sure, you can master your deck and know all your play lines and go nuts. But if you're not playing against, like, meta decks and stuff, and you go into one and you don't know what they're going to do next, it's really hard to come out of that alive. That's what's good about playing road decks, right? Is they don't know what the hell you're going to do. So you have that element of surprise, but you should be able to know what they're going to do, especially if it's an SS4 or Trunks Jita or Gamma that's been in the meta for so long now. That's just like, okay, I know they're going to do this. I know this is what they're going to go. They're going to play the unison here. They're going to floodgate me here. I got to be ready. And then that's where you come out on top with rogue decks.
Yeah, because like SS4 at least, you pretty much know everything they're doing. Turn 1, they're hopefully trying to play their little 1-drop searcher. Turn 2, they're going into unison, then the double striker. Turn 3, another double striker, play the rush attack. Turn 4, 8-drop. So like, but that's why SS4 is so good. Even though you know their ideal line of play, it does not matter. The deck is just so tuned and so nasty that even with you knowing everything, that's why you need the reps. Like, because the SS4 is so consistent, drawing 3 every turn and searching for whatever they're missing. Like that's what makes that deck so good.
No.
Yeah,
So it's hard to like mess them up out of their like pace, I guess you'd say.
Yep.
What I've started doing recently is watching streams of some of the meta decks, and I'll let the video play, and I'll pull my deck out as if I'm playing against one of the guys on YouTube. So if it's SS4, I'll have my hand, he'll do his things, I'll pause the video and see what I would do during this turn, so I can expect how much damage I'm going to take during that turn, what their lines of play are during that turn, and still getting better, but it's definitely helped out a lot.
That's not a bad way. The shadow playing. I know people will do that against each other, but yeah, against literally, that's not a bad way to do it. To see what the play lines are that are happening from people that streaming meta stuff.
Yeah, my friend literally shadow boxes himself basically with cards.
Yeah, that's
like
I know
I've
people
never
do
done that before, but I'll come over to his house sometimes. Like when he's really like prepping or whatever, like he'll literally pull out his 2 decks and he'll play them against each other. Like
You can do that. There's a feature on Untap too. If anyone's watching is not aware, you can do that.
Okay.
Fuck
We're not
Untap.
getting on Untap. That's what I'm saying,
fuck
bro. I
Untap.
got self-respect, though. I need you to relax.
Hey, sometimes you can't afford.
I don't even know.
No.
Hey, man.
Like I don't know how he does it. I'm just saying he does it. I mean, it's not like rocket science, I guess, but like he feels like he's doing his best lines of play or whatever. Like, so if it works, it works. Whatever as long as he's getting some practicing, right? If you don't have all the like, if your friend's not over or whatever, something is better than nothing, I guess.
It's true.
Honestly, like I do that sometimes, but what I do as well, when I'm not like if it's a slow day at work or whatever, I'll do mental matches. Like I'll literally like
This guy's
I'll
doing
think of, like, my
meditation at
deck.
work over here.
Like I know my list, right? Like I know my numbers, right? So like I'll literally like be like, all right, I'm gonna play this against like SS4, and I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna turn 1 do this. They're either gonna do this or this. Let's say they do this, then my response is this. They do this. I literally like go through a match in my head while I'm just chilling.
Dude, that's crazy. You're literally like Frieza from the movie. Remember when he got sent to hell, but he was doing all the mental training?
Yeah, but I only do that when it's like when I'm like, all right, I really, really want to top, but I'm like, all right, this is like hard crunch time. I'll do that, but like otherwise, like, I'll just like not bother. But
so if any of your coworkers are watching, if he's just standing still, blankly looking at something, that's what he's doing. He's not seasoned out. He's fine. It's all good. But yeah, I think that was a good way to come back to the team talk. I guess Beer, hit us on that outro, and then we can go to fucking sleep.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, thank you all for joining and watching us. We're gonna make loads of good content as usual. Shout out to Rosas and his good old fashioned Kaioken Kards stream. Shout out to Game 3 for being fantastic sponsors. They brought us all together. It's fucking great, honestly. And
yourself, you fucking yourself.
Oh,
you still stream,
right?
right?
I do stream. Yeah.
This guy keeps
all right.
forgetting. He's on
All right,
Twitch.
my own stream too. All right, twitch.tv/BIRR. And then, yeah, I think that's that. Was it? Carl's not here, so I guess I'll do it for him. Stay super.
All right.
There we go. Now, you see, talking about self-respect. There we go. Perfect.
I had to do it for Carl, man. I had to do it for Carl.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He always does it.